Good evening, gamers everywhere. It is patch day for Final Fantasy XIV. We're just going to do some reading of said notes. And, alright. Okay, so obviously, yeah, we got our new main scenario quest. Looks like, looks like we're going to have to be shaking down a little bun boy over there. That's a Neo regulator, yeah, so he's probably trying to convince, we're probably trying to convince him to not do anything crazy. Sphene looking very thoughtful. Let's see, how many are we looking at? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, about the usual length we expect. Again, and now the second part of our Vana'diel raid, our Final Fantasy XI raid. So it's going to start from the Landsguard Messenger in Tuliolol. Obviously, we have to have cleared the first part for it, which most of us should have already done by now. And actually, let me go back up. Okay, so I haven't played 11 myself. I am aware of him though because I have played Dissidia and I've looked around at other Final Fantasies, so I know he's at least a big deal. Still holding out for if something's going to confirm or deny a silly little theory I've got going on about these raids. Just a silly personal thing. And yeah, now we have tutorials added to quests with certain objectives, like right here for transporting. We do have pop-ups that happen when we're about to start doing this quest, but having full-on tutorials that explain them, that'll be nice, especially for the newer players, because it's quite easy to miss out on those if you're just going through it fast enough. See, a Phoenix Down reward has been added to the main scenario quest Call of the Sea. That's going to be important later. We'll circle back to that. Excuse me. And then obviously, New Game Plus, we'll be able to do this part of the quest line for Dawn Trail. Let's see. New items available in exchange for bicolor gemstones from the gemstone trader Kajilja in Tuliolol. So the person you go to when you've completed all your shared fates, which I still need to work on. Okay, following additions and adjustments have been made to treasure maps. Gargantua skin treasure maps have been added. Let's see. These are exclusive to Living Memory. Okay, so they're like our Elpis maps. All right. While rewards from the treasure chests unearthed using this map are the same as the Barak skin, only Gargantua treasure maps will grant entry to Vault Oneron. The rewards for Lobo skin and Brock skin have been adjusted. All right. Now, this one I'm excited for, especially since it looks both equal parts fun and for some reason very, very silly to me. Let's see. Vault Oneron, a special instance similar to Cenote Jaja Garal. New type of treasure dungeons. Access after finding and opening Gargantua skin treasure map rewards. Let's see. Yeah, up to 8 players, 60 minutes, your typical stuff. Obviously, we all got to be level 100. Let's see. And then we got instead of instead of just holding our hand out to a little orb for the invocation, it's these three guys. Let's see, doing so will cause 3 outrunner screens to cycle through images, summoning different creatures to serve as a trial depending on where they stop. Alright, so we got our usual 1 diamond is the lesser, 3 is the greater, big one's the elder, broken one's the expelling. I wonder what they're going to use to... Are they going to use a different looking Atomos for that? Alright, and then the treasure chest reveals a more grandiose vision. That's probably like the... Oh man, I'm trying to think what it might be from all the other treasure vault dungeons. See, the duty will end if, obviously, if 5 trials are passed and we win, the Outrunners stop on spaces that remove the party from the duty, or everyone's dead. Let's see, and the rewards in Cenote Jaja Garal have been adjusted. Alright, and then some news on our subaquatic voyages. We got new areas, new items, and our submersibles can go up 5 more ranks. That's nice. All right, and then the furnishing design contest winners have been added. I like that little hanging lamp. That otter, right? That little otter one right there is adorable. And then we got a little Lincoln log partition right there. I love the planter partition right here. That looks really nice. Let's see, new furnishings. Call me crazy, but I could have sworn these partition... Fergus. I could have sworn these right here we've already had. I might just be thinking of similar looking ones. Let's see, we got Nice looking towel rack. That's pretty cool. And then we got a little bit of a gym set that we can add in. Twilio themed furnishings. Oh wait, no, you know what it is? We do have those. They're just in the background. This probably isn't the only tree, but it's definitely it's definitely at least one of them. New orchestrion rolls, new aquarium fish. Is that a swordfish? That thing looks cool. Let's see, a new seed for flower pots. Okay, I can think of a champa seeds. I can think of a couple people in my FC who might be interested in that. And then, yeah, from all three housing district. Actually, all three. I'm thinking of just the main three. Yeah, let's see. Apartment merchants, New Gridania, and then the major, all the housing districts. All right. Gold saucer, new prizes using MGP. I am definitely getting this blue shirt for one of my characters. Maybe the Moogle for my main. I don't quite know yet, but we'll see. See, following additions have been made to Triple Triad, new cards and new NPC opponents. Sh kind of par for the course right now. Following character voices have been added to Mahjong, Wuklamot, Kona, and Bakul Jaja. Speak with the... Oh, this is for... Okay, forget... For items that will unlock the... Oh, you buy them. Okay. You know, I don't really play Mahjong, so I didn't know you could just buy the voices for it. The layout of the Mahjong tab of the Gold Saucer has been adjusted. Okay, interesting. Duty support for the following duty. We finally have it for Cutter's Cry. I actually did not know we didn't have that until the live letter. And then, yeah, the Mezzo Terminal, our new dungeon, and then the new trial for Dawn Trail. Following additions and adjustments for Wondrous Tales. New prizes for the silver certificates. Time Worn Brock skins will be replaced with the Gargantua skins for completing 9 duties. See, following duties have been added as objectives. The Mezzo Terminal, Cruiserweight M1 or M2, and then Cruiserweight M3 or M4, uh, and then Vault or Neron. I am going to laugh if one of these days when I go to get my Wondrous Tales, it's going to say it'll be the M4 for the lightweight, and then the M4 for the cruiserweight. I'm just gonna laugh about that. If you know, you know. See, following raids have been grouped into series: Asphodelos first or second, and then Asphodelos third or fourth. I don't get why they could just leave it as Asphodelos because it's only the first to fourth circles. Because fifth through eight is Abyssos, and then ninth through 12th is Anabaseos. So like they could just get away with calling it just the raid tier. See, Wondrous Tale now features a list of applicable duties for each objective. I actually like this because for some people who forget or just don't notice, this will help them kind of like narrow and focus things down. Especially since for some of them it can be quite a bit. Following additions and adjustments have been made to faux hollows. It's just swapping from Suzaku to Seiryu, which I really do need to try and start doing the Unreals, especially because we got the adorable little Ranik minion. Let's see, duties that can be recorded have changed. Yep, it went from Corlador, which I believe that's Valley Garmanda. Let's see, Lightweight M4 Savage, and Juno the first walk that's being replaced with Everkeep, still got Juno. M1 and M2 Savages, though. Let's see, a maximized length button has been added to the Foraging Expeditions window in Island Sanctuary, setting the maximum number of days for 2 exploits. Oh, okay, okay. And then, yeah, something I'm excited for because I myself am a Vieira on my main. New hairstyles have been added. Huh. I wonder if... wonder if one of my friends will go for this hairstyle on her character. I might see how I feel about this hairstyle on my character, but like I am kind of married to the hairstyle he's got right now. And then new hairstyles for the Hrothgar. I kind of like the twin braids on the Hrothgal over there. Wait, is that Fordola's hair? I think that's Fordola's hair. And now, bangs will now be displayed when wearing headgear such as hoods. Let's see, not applicable to certain gear. That's honestly going to be nice for people with longer hair. Large number of headgears will now be displayed when worn by Vieira and Hrothgar. Frickin' finally. There's a few that I hope were affected by this. And then now this one made me laugh when they said they were going to do this. Certain headgear now allow Vieira to toggle their ears on and off. That's I can't believe Vieira have a special customization feature no one else has. We can we can make our ears go away. Uh, Wait, hold on. When using clarinet performance actions, the delay between pressing keys and music playing has been reduced. That was a problem? Huh. Interesting. Okay, following conditions. Yeah, new emote. What would they call it again? It was the. Is it even listed over here? No, it is not. But yeah, at least one new emote. And now more emotes we can use while sitting, which is very nice because some of these we needed them a lot. And I'm just now noticing we have more eat emotes than I than I realized. Let's see, but hey, now we can finally face palm while we're sitting down. Motion of the following emotes has been adjusted while sitting on the ground, which is nice because some of them share just too much of the same animation. And then some animation adjustments. Let's see. I did skim through this earlier, and it's looking like for a majority of everyone, their AoE potency's got a slight buff. Like right here. All of all of the monk ones right here from 40s to 35% for everything past the first target. So their AoE is slightly stronger. Dragoon, mainly Stardiver and Starcross, so those are slightly stronger in AoE. Let's see. Ninja, we got a decent increase. Let's see. Hellfrog, Dokomori, Phantom Kami, Itachi, Kunai's Bane, and Death Frog. Those all got buffed up. Let's see. By 90, 100, 100, 100, 140. Death Frog got a big buff. Especially since that's our upgraded one from Hellfrog. Let's see. Samurai. Gurren doesn't have any fall off in AoE, so that's going to be. Oh, you know why? I think that might be because for before you get. What was it? Satan? Yeah, I think it's Satan is your single target version of that. Shoha, that's got less reduction. Ogi no Mikiri, Kaishi no Mikiri, and Zanshin, they got less reduction. Yep. Reaper, this one right here for Enshroud, I'm especially happy for because especially when like you get your opener, your rotation going well enough, you can go Enshroud back to back. You got to be crazy enough to do a triple Enshroud rotation, but it is doable. So having the recast on Enshroud from 15 to 5 is very nice. And then Plentiful, Communio, Sacrificium, and Perfectio. Those, ooh, from 40 to 20% AoE reduction. That's nice. Viper, though, ironically, their AoE got nerfed slightly. Or, mm, I have to look at the actual numbers and the number crunchers, but yeah, it's looking like a little bit, at least a little bit of a hit to their AoE. Yep. Let's see. Bard, Resonant Arrow, potency increase. Okay. Radiant Encore. That also got a decent. Yeah, that everything across the board just for their Radiant Encore for their coda amount. Let's see. Machinist, Auto Crossbow still exists, sadly. Drill, small increase. Flamethrower, small increase. Eric. Okay. Let's see. So all of our stuff for Machinist got potency numbers, got a small increase. Chainsaw, Full Metal Field, and Excavator, and those got a small little fall off buff. It feels weird saying buff for a fall off. Let's see, and then the Summoner, yep, just small potency numbers across the board. AoEs, less fall off. Let's see. Wait, there wasn't a weird one in here. Was it? No, I think I was thinking of something else. Let's see. Red Mage, their enchanted combo hits a little harder. That's good. Their spell finishers. Okay, Vice of. Oh, wait, no, that's not a finisher. That's a follow up. Yeah, their finishers slightly less fall off. Their follow up skills, well, except for Grand Impact. Let's see. little bit of a potency buff and AoE fall off reduction. Pictomancers, though, yeah, just nerfs to the damage, except for Hammer Stamp. That one, I just love the hammer too much. I'm glad that one got a potency buff. Let's see what else got it. Holy and White, funny enough, got a potency nerf. Hmm. Let's see. And then Comet and Black also got a nerf. I think they're still trying to get all the damage from Pictomancer in line so that it's not too much stronger than all the other casters. So if you do go to grab one for your party, or just, well, just grab Picto. Let's see. And then for the healers, I like this. Some, if not all of their AoE stuff got range increases. So like Medica size, that's 15 to 20 ohms. That's actually huge. I want to say that covers damn near every arena we have for trials and normal raids. If you're standing in the middle. Plenary Indulgence, though, that has 10 more range than the 10 more yalms than the others. That's kind of funny. And then their dot slightly stronger. Let's see, Scholar. Yep, Whispering Dawn, Sucker, and Dom. Those all got a range increase. Same with Angel's Whisper, Consultation. Well, of course, Consultation and Session got it. Those are just upgrades of Sucker. Let's see, Fey Blessing, visual adjustment for matching it. Let's see, Angel's Whisper also got a 20 ohm increase. Good. Broil, very slightly stronger once you get Tactician's Mastery. Astrologian, yep, 15 to 20, 15 to 20, 15 to 20. Horoscope 20 to 30. I find it funny that Astrologian and White Mage, they're put a buff on someone that procs off of your AoE healing. It's got bigger range than your AoE healing. And then upgraded Aspected Helios if you... Okay, Sage. Yep. Even Pepsi got upgraded to 20 ohms. Yeah. Prognosis, Physis, Eucrasian Prognosis, Ixochol, and Pepsi. Okay, Dosis 3, Toxicon, Numa, those got potency buffs, and I'm just now noticing that they all have the same potency. Okay, descriptions of certain actions and statuses have been adjusted. Me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I probably won't notice it first unless I compare it on like the job guide. Okay, following additions have been made to the Phoenix Down. This is the big one I was never expecting. Okay, can now be used on players outside your party, as it should have been. Can now be used in combat in public areas, as it should have. Honestly, it should have just been usable regardless. Can now be used in combat while undertaking certain types of duties. So let's see. Instance dungeons, guild leaves, four-player trials, treasure dungeons, deep dungeons, field ops, and variant dungeons. So no eight-man stuff, basically. Okay, any duties with restrictions on Phoenix Downs will now display that info in the Duty Finder description. Let's see, it does not apply to the Guildleaf Solemn Trinity and the Trial Great Hunt Extreme. Well, I mean, eh, you kind of got to be really unlucky with Rathalos Extreme for needing that. Tripled in range, cast time has been increased. Now has a recast timer of 360. Shares it with other medicine items. Yep. We can now hold 999 of it as opposed to one, and can now purchase it from a lot of zones. But basically, the hub areas and hold on, Eureka, Baja. Okay, so the field ops and the main hubs essentially. This one right here is a nice quality of life. Progress bar can now be displayed under the nameplate of certain enemies. So, like right here for Thalia? No, Euphrosyne. Like right here, Nemaya, she's casting a spell, and apart from just seeing it on her health bar, wherever the hell you have it displayed on your UI, it's right underneath her name itself. You, okay, Fergus, not right now, buddy. New dungeon, the Mezzo Terminal. Let's see, 720 or above. Okay, and then a new trial. I'm actually really excited to see what the trial is. And yeah, of course, it'll be when we're partway through the story. I want to say like two-thirds of the way done with it, maybe. Let's see, then item exchange for gear. Prop I want to say weapons, right? Yeah, weapons. And then, yeah, Wreath of Snakes Unreal. It's literally just Wreath of Snakes Extreme from Stormblood, just upped to level 100. Got to be at least 695. So I want to say. Wait, why did. Yeah, I want to say, like, as soon as you get your level 99 job gear, your item level wise, fine for that. And then, same thing for how to unlock Faux Hollows. Got to complete base Shadowbringers and the quest Keeping Up with the Aaliyah pose. And then the drop weight for the Sveen wings has been increased, and we can now exchange them for them. I mean, let's see, weekly restriction on cruiserweight's been removed. Good, good, good. Let's see, does not apply for the Hollow Saber, which checks out. Which, by the way, we now only need 4 of them for a 2.0 Universal Tombstone. And then the new 24-man Sandoria Second Walk. 725 or above. Alright, and obviously we have to have completed the Juno quest line. And then, of course, the composition, 1 tank, 2 healers, 5 deeps. Okay, players will be rewarded cracked Nova clusters upon completing Juno. That is most likely been moved over to this. Now, Occult Crescent. Buckle down, folks, because some of these were changes that should have been implemented as soon as it dropped. Like, for instance, this very first one, not this one, actually, the second one. When entering with an alliance of 24 or more, you will always enter a new instance by yourselves. Alright? Let's see, you will be considered occupied, preventing entry by players that are not part of the alliance. That's going to tie into the second part we read of this. Alright? So, the minimum number of players that must offer Sanguine Ciphers to enter Forked Tower Blood has been increased from 16 to 24. That should have been the default, because the first boss has a mechanic where if there are not 24 bodies present, it is a wipe. So I'm glad they finally got to this, but if you ask me, that should have been the baseline for it. All right. Window displayed when using Sanguine Ciphers has been updated to show detailed information on the number of players who have secured entry and those seeking entry. So you have offer 2, offering threshold 2. Your passage to the tower is not guaranteed. Oh, okay, here it is. Priority place is 30, seeking passage 20, remaining place is 18. Okay, current participants 60. This is nice. This right here is nice. Only players who have used the Sanguine Cipher will now be eligible for selection to enter the Fork. I thought you have to use it to try and enter anyway. While a critical encounter is in progress, the appearance of the Aurora Mirage weather effect will be put on hold. Okay. So it'll be put in a queue like the critical encounters and the fates. See, during the critical encounter Calamity Bound, the Seal Asunder mechanic will function differently with a lower number of participants. My immediate guess is that instead of needing 4 people to stand on each seal, it might be reduced to like 2 or 3, depending on how many people are there. That's at least what I think. It might be just you need to stand on the seals less often. So the gauge, if you notice the gauge when he's casting Seal Asunder, it'll fill up more per seal that you guys stand on. Items obtained from treasure coffers revealed by persistent pots and happy bunnies have been changed, which is good because before this, it was absolutely no point in doing gold chests. The silver and the bronzes were your preferred ones. Let's see. In preparation for Pilgrim's Traverse, the Deep Dungeon in 7.35, spawn locations of S and A rank elite marks in Ilmeg have been adjusted. That's kind of funny. I think maybe because some of them spawn over where the entrance is, maybe? I don't know. Let's see, the items required to enhance equipment purchased with mathematics, tomes, Evercharge Twine, and Glaze cannot be purchased. For sacks of nuts from Ryubol Ja in Tulialol, or Oashepia in Solution 9 for Ordel and Montont coins. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I am bad with French sounding words. Let's see. Yep, you hand them over to Theon in Solution 9. So same spot. Players can no longer join duty in progress if they've never cleared it one or more times of the duty, cleared one or more of the duty they've registered for. That's actually really, really nice because there have been times in the past when I did have join in progress where I tried queuing for something I've never done. I get in and the final boss is half dead. So this will actually keep the fun there for people who are wanting to do something for the first time and they just need a clear of it. See, Fongdu has been added to the raid finder. Yep. This one right here though is going to be on the high end one. See, Recollection Extremes. Fiend has been moved from Raid Finder to Duty Finder. Let's see, players will now receive the power of the Echo during Recollection and Recollection Extreme. Wait, no, Recollection is Zilenia. What am I saying? Okay, Strength of Echo granted in Light Heavyweight. Savage has been increased. Cool. And then Duty Coin Flip Expert's been changed from Yue Yawada and Underkeep to Underkeep and Mezzo Terminal. Let's see. Acquired average item level has been increased from 705 to 720. All because of you, Mesoterminal. Okay, level cap now has Yue Yawada, and as such, the item level's been bumped up for it. Our new trial's been added to Duty Roulette Trials. Who saw that coming? And then duties listed within Duty Roulette Mentor have been changed as follows. Mesoterminal, Sandoria, and then whatever the new one is. Item level's been bumped up again. I still do need to finish my Mentor for Roulette requirements. And then we got a Stone Sky Sea for the extreme version of the new trial. And then following adjustments have been made for Cutter's Cry because of the fact that it's got duty support now. Shifting Sands, which we need to interact with, will now appear after defeating a certain number of enemies. And then all three bosses have been adjusted. Now for PvP. All right. Let's see. Purify now has an MP cost. It costs a quarter of your bar. Recast time has been significantly reduced. Thank goodness. But conversely, the effect of resilience has been reduced from 3 to 2 seconds. And then for all the melees, Bloodbath now increases the damage you deal by 10%. Effect converting damage dealt into HP now applies to all damage dealt. I believe it was only weapon skills before. Yeah. Paladins now have 2 charges of Holy Spirit. Let's see. Disesteem for Dark Knights has a potency increase. Faded Circle for Gunbreakers, for some reason the Nebula effect's been reduced by 2 seconds. I don't know why they did that to us. Well, to be fair, I think it's because Nebula's too strong, and I want to say, for what it is, spammable. Dragoons during Sky High now move 50% faster before landing, which is good for chasing down, because I have, without sprinting, I think I've been able to outrun a Dragoon doing Sky High. Let's see, now for Samurai. Chi-10, higher damage reduction. Effect potency of Kazushi's been increased from 20 to 25%. Gross. Mineuchi, effect potency of Dabana has been increased from 10 to 15. I actually don't know what the heck Dabana is because I don't play Samurai in PvP. So, yeah, if anyone can tell me how well that is, that'd be nice. Vipers, Backlash, potency has been increased from 8,000 to 12,000. Okay, so 50% increase. HP absorption has been increased from half of the damage to 100% of the damage you dealt. Imagine stacking that up with Bloodbath and you're in a full party of the enemy. Increased potency for enemies within 6 yalms while under the effect of Snake Spin has been reduced from doubled to 50%. Probably because of both of this change and the Bloodbath change. Now for Bards. Okay, Powerful Shot. Reduction in the recast time of Harmonic Arrow has been changed from 5 to 10 seconds. Um, why did I say that? From 5 to 4 seconds. Let's see, Pitch Perfect. Same thing, from 5 to 4. Harmonic Arrow. Recast time has been reduced from 5 to 4. Okay, so you can get Harmonic Arrow faster by default. It still takes 3 powerful or pitch perfects to get it down completely. So realistically, no change there from getting it back with your actions, but it does come back faster anyway. Now let's see, Apex Arrow, reduction to weapon skill. So the haste effect has been increased. That's nice. Final Fantasia. Same thing. The haste effect's been up has been upped. That's good. Let's see, blast charge. Required stacks of heat to gain overheat has been reduced from 4 to 3. Okay, I actually like that. Wildfire potency for each attack. prior to the end of modifier has been changed from 4,000 to 45. Thank you. Blazing shot. The action icon will now be illuminated when under the effect of overheated. It wasn't before, but it kind of has to go. Oh wait, does it mean like it has the little dancing ants around it, like a combo action normally does? Hmm. All right, honing dance now increases movement speed by 50%. Saber dance and dance of the dawn potency is no longer reduced after the first enemy. Okay then. Black mages. Little Let's see if our Lalafell in the FC is going to like these. Xenoglossy. When HP is below 50%, portion of damage absorbed its HP has been increased from 50 to 100. Wow! Wreath of Ice. Now reduces more damage. Now reduces damage a little more. And she's probably not going to care about those. Like, slightly tankier. Good lord, I would hate to get to finally, as a ninja main, for PvP sometimes. I would hate to get them down to like 49%. They hit me with one Xenoglossy and then they're practically back to full. Now for Picto, creature motif, slightly faster cast and recast. Palm motif, again slightly faster. Action icon will now be illuminated when under the effect of the quick sketch status. What? I should probably look into Picto for PvP to see what that is. Okay, so their motifs are slightly faster and the actions are illuminated. Star Prism, more damage dealt, higher damage dealt increase. Okay. And then improved visibility for the following actions. Primal Ruination and Wrath for Warrior. Okay. Starcross for Dragoon. Dance of the Dawn for Dancers. Slipstream and Mega Flare for Summoner. I'm going to level with y'all. I have not had a hard time seeing my own Slipstream or Mega Flare. Let's see. Red Mage. Embolden and Prefulgence. Comet and Black. Gravity 2, Macro, Lady, Lord of Crowns, and then Celestial River. Wait, is the Celestial River their teleport? No, that's not it. A unique visual effect will be used when the following status effects are applied to a target. Undead Redemption for Dark Knight, Nebula for Gunbreaker, Chi-Ten for Samurai, Wreath of Fire and Ice for Black Mage. Wonder what that's going to look like. Purify has been removed from Quick Chat. Let's see. Number of previous PvP series awards have been made available for exchange. Okay, let's see. You know, depending on how it dies, I can see myself using this top at the very least for a glam. Maybe this one too. I kind of like the layers on it. Series 8 will end and Series 9 will begin. Those are really poofy sleeves, I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully this part of the sleeves are the arm pieces. Because I would like to use the jacket. Wait, please don't tell me the headphones are part of the headpiece. I would like them to be part of the... they're probably part of the headpiece. Let's be real. Okay, Crystalline Conflict. The Bayside Battleground. I like that it's just... I like that it's like just outside of Tulio, lol. Jump Glyphs. Let's see, stepping on a jump glyph will rapidly transport you to a specific location on the field. Okay. Following adjustments have been made to the arena rotation for casual and ranked matches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, Palestra, Volcanic Heart, Clocktown, Castletown, Bayside Battleground, Cloud9, Red Sands, and then it cycles. Rotates every hour and a half real time. Okay. Following additions and adjustments have been made to medicine kits. A timer for the respawn has been added. That's going to be handy. The time until a medicine kit can be claimed after spawning has been reduced. Okay. Players under the effect of Hysteria or Seduce can no longer utilize the arena events of the jump glyphs, the trick doors, the shifting sands, and the jump glyphs. Oh, right. Wait. I don't... Cloud9 is the Sea of Clouds one, right? I don't consider those jump glyphs. I just consider those like little jump tornadoes. Players can now register to join casual matches with a party of 2 players. Cool, so we can duos. Let's see. 2 new tiers. Omega and Ultima have been added to ranked matches. Alright. I personally don't do ranked because I don't hate myself that much. Wait, what's it say here? They're ranked above Crystal and require sufficient crystal credit score for promotion. The minimum required crystal credit score will differ by region. Is that a normal thing for ranked PvP matches in for games? Is that a normal thing? You'll receive a framer skin achievements if you go for Omega or Ultimate tier. Let's see. Frontline. Following adjustments have been made to job damage output, Paladin and Warrior specifically. For Paladin, they don't have a damage penalty. Hmm. And then for Warrior, they are slightly less tanky. Okay, new items. So this is from, yeah, this is from the new raid. So let's see. I'm gonna go with the darker one's the tank, the brown one's the maiming. Let's see. This is striking. This is obviously striking. Mm, scouting, aiming, healing, casting. Calling it now. Especially, it's very obvious that this is casting because, oh, who's that look like? Shan frickin' Toto. And then it's really cool that we got Prish armor now. Can finally do our favorite food holic. New recipes have been added. This is a very snazzy ass silvery top right there. And that dress is real pretty, honestly. Let's see, recipes added in 7.3 will be listed at a later date. All right. Following item names have been changed. Tattered sheet music, tattered first movement score. Big Bang ticket is now going to have Sinus Ardorum specifically listed on it, which means we have different Big Bang tickets for the different planets we go to. The Alpine partition and partition door are now called the Highland partition and partition door. Interesting. Certain items can now be sold, desynthesized, or submitted for expert delivery missions. That's nice. Just more seals. Following items now have 2 die channels. What are these? Our Stormblood relic weapons, plus the Eureka versions. Then, was there anything else? And then, oh, the PvP gear for that too. Oh, that's gonna be nice. I'm gonna love messing with that, especially especially the model A, B, and C stuff. Let's see. Archfiend, False Monarchy, Fierce Tyrants, Hellhound, Greyhound, Barghest, Shadowstalkers. Okay, so yeah. And then, funny enough, the Doman Liege outfit, so Hien's outfit now has two die channels. I'm gonna be interested in how that looks. Flying items can now be equipped regardless of gender. The Far Eastern Gentleman and Far Eastern Beauties outfits. Confirmation prompt when dispelling glamours will now also indicate the dies and company crest will be removed. Using a gamepad of the Glamour Dress window, canceling from the Gun Creation window will now return to the cursor to the Glamour Dress window. A button to filter by your current class or job has been added next to the drop-down filter of shop windows. Thank you! Because, like, don't get me wrong, it's nice as is, just sorting by your job category. So, like, tank, healing, casting, but going for your specific job is just going to make it a hell of a lot faster and easier. Flying additions and adjustments have been made to dream fitting with set gear. Changes address an issue wherein selecting a gear set to preview would expand the list of its individual pieces, shifting the item order and making it difficult to select the next piece. Excuse me? Hmm. Okay, supplementary text and search results. Okay, new items been added to gathering points. Nagi. Sorry, y'all. That was my cat trying to climb around. Time worn Lobo skin maps and time worn Brock skins can now be obtained from certain botanist gathering points and heritage found. No changes have been made to the gathering points themselves. Okay. New fish. Crafted eye level 740 can now be upgraded to 750. Alright. We exchange them for Everkeep certificate of grade 2 import and immortal rain. Okay. Let's see. It doesn't say how much we need. It'll say in game. Level cap for desynth has been increased from 740 to 750 to match the item level. Yep. Okay, following addition adjustments have been made to cosmic exploration. We can now travel to Sinus Arderin from the Aetheryte and Bestway Boros. And then it'll also let us do that with the newest star for explorations later. We can now finally use mounts in there. Just can't fly, though. Just can't fly. We can at least ride our mounts, though. Which means I'm gonna be seeing a lot of people in their mech suits, aren't I? And a summoning bell is in there too. Thank goodness. New items for Cosmic Credit exchanges. The notation indicating difficulty for Class A has been adjusted. So now A1 is none, A2 is EX, A3 is EX plus. See, time allowed for stellar missions has been increased. Does not apply to EX plus stellar missions, except those that can be accepted by multiple classes. Sound effects played when starting and completing has been adjusted. For stellar missions, completing stellar mission, the amount of experience gained for bronze and silver has been increased, such that all rating tiers now grant the same amount of experience. Okay, okay. So, yeah, now it doesn't, at least EXP wise, now it doesn't matter. So this will make using cosmic exploration to level up your crafters and gatherers. That'll make it nicer on that end. I want to say the credit payout though, that's still going to be dependent. Obviously, it's going to be different. See, when completing missions that can be accepted by multiple classes, each class will earn points toward their cosmic. Wait, when completing missions that can be accepted by multiple classes, each class will. Oh, if that works how I think it works, that means if a mission can be accepted by, say, a weaver, leatherworker, and goldsmith, for example, will say all three of them will get the points instead of just whichever one you're doing it as. That is really nice. That'll make getting your Cosmos score a lot easier. Players can now confirm the relative distance to the site of stellar missions via the mission window, and they even have a little So because I have dark mode, the icons is gonna look different, but this small one right here is the blue one right here. Basically, the longer the arrow is how far away it is. So the small blue one is nearby, the medium yellow one is far, and then the red long one is very far. Let's see. When undertaking stellar missions, the objective and gold star rating requirements will now be displayed. Cool. Items that will be graded for stellar missions will list score prerequisites in their description. Awesome. Notification marker indicating the availability of provisional missions will now appear in the stellar missions window. Hmm. Okay, so this will just let us know without having to keep checking it. Hey, so you got a mission available. You may want to check these out. Ugh, hiccups, excuse me. And then we'll also get a little notification for when sequential missions will become available. Time limit for accepting them has been removed. In course of this change, the clock icon indicating a time limit will no longer display in the list of accepted missions. When a red alert has been issued, the time remaining to accept critical missions will now be displayed in the stellar missions window. Cool. Nice QOL. When both red alert progress gauges are filled, periodic announcements will indicate that the alert is nearly resolved. Okay, so just something to fill the space, to fill the void. The mission in progress window will automatically display when reporting is the only remaining step to completing a mission. Okay, so turning it in. Mission log will now indicate when further exploration is required to trigger a mission. Upon completing a gathering stellar mission, you will recover GP equal to the total amount spent. Oh my goodness! That's going to make doing back-to-back stellar missions as a gatherer really fast. Well, that's going to make chaining them faster. Instead of spending like 20 minutes just standing still after chugging a cordial. Let's see. Upon completing gathering stellar missions, the recast timer of GP recovery items such as cordials will be reset. Ooh! They are gatherers and dude, just cosmic exploration's eating good right now. Okay, when stellar missions for botanists and miners are graded based on successive gathering chains or gatherers' boons, the evaluation criteria and scores will now be displayed in the chat log. Okay. Stellar missions for fisher based on collectability. Collect must be activated to begin fishing. Okay then. I think it's to prevent you from accidentally gathering a useless fish. Time limit for destroy corrupted crystals and clear toxic lunar spongoi has been increased from 5 to 10 minutes. Did we really need a time limit increase? Did we? The amount by which ground support contributes to the progress gauge during both mech ops has been increased. Okay. When undertaking destroy corrupted crystals, the special action Karrigan will automatically target the nearest target if none is selected. See, the option to enable or disable auto-targeting has been removed. Okay, because I guarantee no one has hit the button. At best, they have hovered over it to read the tooltip. Special action full throttle available in clear toxic spongoi no longer has a cast time. Cool, because it didn't need one. Honestly, it didn't need one. You just slam your foot on the gas. You don't reel your foot up and then slam it. When a project's been completed and progress advances to the next stage, announcement will be displayed at the top of the screen if no new project's underway. Notification window will now automatically appear if there's been any progress in ongoing projects since your last visit. Okay. The requirements for certain stellar successes has been changed. Players who already met these requirements will earn stellar successes after completing any stellar mission. This change does not affect players who have already met the previous requirements for these successes. So let's see. Unlock C class has now been complete 3 unique D class. I'm just gonna read through the Carpenter one because it's all the same. Unlock B class is complete 4 unique C missions. Unlock A stellar missions is achieve a gold rank on 3 unique B missions. Which honestly, this everything under A is crazy easy to do, even in like low and mid tier melded crafting gear. I would know. I have done it. It's just the A ranks where you kind of need to know what you're doing. All right. Yeah, yeah. Okay, this one just looked weird for a second because Leatherworker has longer character take up on it. Let's see. And then new mounts have been added. The dreaded yawn, everyone. Sugar Riot is just she is everywhere. And I love this one. A mounting animation has been added when boarding mounts. Motions do not apply to certain mounts, though. I wonder which one it is. New chocobo barding, nice. And the new minions, we got the little sea pancakes, the adorable little flaps. New fashion accessories, we got a little torch, good for the RPers and the people into FromSoft, like me. New faceware has been added. New glasses, like oh wait, hold on, is that okay? Those glasses almost look like the ones I wear. And then we got the Cyclops visor. Heck yeah. And then yeah, graphical updates. Let's see, graphic details for the following gear has been improved. Are Endwalker, let's see, Endwalker relic weapons, the Manderville weapons. Yep, and then the appropriate armor for there. Let's see, Virtu Diadex. Oh, right, for Reaper and Sage. And then, funny enough, the Garlean gear we wore as a disguise during Stormblood, and yet again, Hian's outfit is in this. So not only did Hian's outfit get a graphic update, it also got double dye channels. I legitimately might actually use it for some glamour sets now. And then finally, they've delivered the chat bubbles, everyone. Allowing messages to be displayed above characters' heads. I can't wait to see how people abuse this within the first 5 minutes of the patch. Okay, display chat bubbles can be enabled or disabled at any time. Chat bubbles will not be displayed when using performance, during battle, or during PvP. Thank goodness, because the toxicity would be way too high for that. Let's see, there's an additional setting to display your own messages. Sliders also be able to adjust the number of chat bubbles shown from 10 to 100. I feel like 100 is too much. You've given us too much power. Me personally, I might leave that at like 15 or 20 tops. Let's see. Chat bubble format 2 rows. Chat bubble style. Okay. So very basic with it. Chat bubble appearance. Normal, large, and maximum. Does not affect the message character limits. Different chat modes such as say, yell, and shout have unique chat bubble designs. So this one's obviously shout. This one's party chat. Okay, display range for players and monsters has been increased in the following areas. Let's see. Cities, fields, housing areas, the firmament, the gold saucer, cosmic exploration, occult crescents, and instanced events. Certain areas are not affected. Yep. Okay, let's see. Multiple field instances for Shaloni, Heritage Found, Living Memory, and Lower Juno. Alright. And then Tuliolol and Yaktel will no longer have multiple instances. Alright. And then new achieve wait, no, not new achievements. The following adjustments have been made. Okay, yep, new achievements and titles. Ooh, cool, new titles. I might check those out. Certain duties and trials will now count towards the completion of achievements. Let's see. And then following the release of patch 7.3, Hell's Key Unreal will no longer be counted. I don't think because it exists anymore. Wait, let's see. For tankless job, but somebody's got to do it. Oh, that's right. Gunbreaker doesn't have that. Let's see. Yep. Seiryu Unreal and the new trial will count for it. Let's see. Tank You 1 through 4, Mesoterminal, Seiryu Unreal, the new trial, and Sandoria. Okay. Adjustments made to retainers. New retainer exploration adventures have been added. Cool. New items can be obtained from quick exploration. Cool. And then new portrait accents. New accents and poses have been added. Nice. New adventurer plate accents have been added. I like the little sea theme. Obviously, we get this from our island sanctuary. Okay, following action adjustments have been made to group poses. Chromatic aberration has been added. That is kind of trippy. Filter intensity slider's been added. That's really nice because some of the filters I like, but at the same time they're just too much. Portrait mode's been added. Let's see. Select portrait preview to verify the final appearance of your screenshot while adjusting settings. Cool. Oh, I can see people making like cute little phone wallpapers with that. Let's see. Select portrait mode to display your desired image at full size, rotated at 90 degrees. Cool. Direction of the 90-degree rotation can be adjusted. All right. New stickers. Let's see. The patch logo frame's been updated. Following categories have been added. We got effect and general settings. Cool. Let's see. Following category names and group settings have been adjusted. General is now camera. Effect frame is now screen. The option to face the camera when group pose is activated has been added. Wait. I thought we already had that setting. Am I crazy? I could have sworn we already had that setting. Can now toggle the setting added in 7.1 that determines whether camera tilt and pan movements follow the screen orientation. Oh, okay. Depth of field can now be enabled for group pose and the idling camera even when disabled under graphics setting. Okay, I'm glad they specified that because I know for a fact depth of field is always on by default. Like, see, it even says right here, for consoles it's enabled automatically. Following adjustments have been made to the jog status effect. We can no longer use it in Slice of Right and Crystalline Conflict. Alright. So jog will now be removed upon gaining the transporting status effect. I honestly would have assumed it would have been gone anyways for it. When inside a deep dungeon, jog will now be removed when afflicted with the sprint penalty status effect. Oh, we could have used that before to sort of counteract sprint penalty? Interesting. A glamorous button has been added to the window displayed when examining player equipment. Okay, following adjustments to the blacklist. While measures were implemented in 7.2 to make it more difficult to confirm or reference portions of character IDs not normally visible during gameplay, further adjustments have been made. Okay. Certain locally stored client data will be reset. Alright. Let's see. Blacklist comments saved between point 0 and point 2 have been deleted. Okay. All information registered on the mute list has been deleted. Blacklist registration for players on your contact list is now only possible while you remain logged in. Okay. All right. So you can now adjust the transparency of the chat prompt. An automatic option has been added to the character and object quantity under display limits. Following has been added to system configuration, the display range that we just saw. System config menu for Windows and Mac only. Character and object quantity. Following has been made to character configuration window. Wait, display progress bar. Okay, so the stuff we already went through. Let's see. Vieri. Veers. You guys want to go to Sears? Nah, I want to go to Veers. Okay. I wonder if hmm. wonder if we can set like macros or commands for when swapping outfits in that. Pen, that's right. That's what that emote was called. Okay, more auto translate. Additions been made to console auto complete dictionaries, new trophies, new achievements, new music sound effects and voices. Uh, and then adjusted blog message for if you have a Fantasia in use and you're going to try and editing your appearance without first removing your gear. Let's see, new background. A link to the 14 blue sky and location of temporary folder for patch downloads have been changed for the launcher. Cool. And then, yeah, a bunch of resolved and known issues. That'll be stuff everyone can look over at their leisure. But yeah, overall, quite a chunky patch, like we're kind of used to at this point. I, for one, am excited for the new Vault dungeon and eventually 7.35 when they bring in the Deep Dungeon. I'm super excited for the Deep Dungeon, in all honesty. All right, but thank you everyone for stopping by, checking out the patch notes with me. I'm going to go ahead and probably just get started on some of them, or at the very least, just meander around in 14. All right. Oh, yeah. Hopefully, everyone has a wonderful rest of their day and take care.